present data analytics and data.
All right, round two here. Another sort of beginner tip. This is something that I like to do whenever I get a new data set. When you get a brand new data set, how many people work with the exact same data every day? You got the loans table at the bank and that's it, you're the loans guy. All right, 2 or 3 people. How many people get thrown a data set from a spreadsheet? Hey, look at this, tell us what's here. Okay, so we got a few more people who do that. So that happens to me a lot, and I want to say, okay, I got to figure out quickly what's going on with this data. What has this person handed to me? Is it total garbage, or is it only partial garbage? It's usually binary like that. It's one or the other. What I like to do is I like to just do a little bit of data profiling. I think Tableau Prep actually does this automatically these days. So let's just open up a new worksheet, and we're going to take sample Superstore. You'll have your data set. And often I want to keep the first one intact, but what I'll do is I'll create a duplicate of it, and I'm going to do some data profiling to understand, well, what's there. And so here's the trick. You have all these dimensions, and what you'd like to know is a couple things. Do I have a unique key on my table? What's the granularity of this table? Another thing is, if you're aiming to build like an exploratory dashboard where you don't know what it is, somebody's given it to you, and they want to just kind of figure out what's in there, you usually want to build small atomic charts so that you can have a navigation in the upper left-hand corner, a sidebar, just like a web page, maybe some navigation across the top, and you've got some central body of the subject. So what's good for that left navigation, that top navigation? Sometimes it's like a sales region. It can be category, subcategory, something like that. So this technique is going to get you there fast. What you do is you grab all those fields from the dimensions. Let's see if we can do this. And you're just going to drag them down into measures. Now, some things are not going to come over. You can spend some more time to do it, to tweak it just right, but I'm just going to leave some of the stuff up there. You want to make sure that everything there that comes down is aggregated by count distinct, because you're trying to get a unique count of how many unique values are there for these different things. And you may have to do a couple of others kind of by themselves. Aggregation, you see that's going to come out as an average, but I want it to be a count distinct. The other thing you may want to do is set these up so that they're all discrete instead of continuous. And then all you do is you drag measure names and measure values onto the columns. You'll make yourself a nice bar chart. Now everything didn't come over, so let's try dragging them over again. So we're just going to take everything all the way down to number of records. Latitude's probably going to bomb out on us. So we'll pull those 2 off. And here you go. You got a long list of all the different unique values. You can sort it. And we're missing number of records. No, there it is, number of records. So sales came over as a summation, so you'd have a little bit more tweaking to do. Count distinct. All right, I don't know what, a couple of these others are garbage.
There's calculated fields in there for
Okay. So we still got sums. Let's just pull these sums out. There you go. Here's all the unique counts of all the different fields in your table. So right away, you put number of records back in there. Right away, you see you got almost 10,000 unique records, but you don't have one that's matching that perfectly. So you don't have a unique key on this table. That's what you learn right away. No unique key. Order ID, turns out you can have multiple order items on this table in Sample Superstore. So you could order furniture, a Xerox machine, something else, a coffee cup, and that's why you don't have a unique key here. Now these other items towards the bottom, you're going to get into the smaller numbers, and these are the things that are going to help you whenever you're building out your small chart. So subcategory, that tells you right away, ship mode, region, these are things that you want to build a small chart from, and you use those as navigation. So small chart, by that I just mean, we'll switch over to a different data source. You put region, you put sales, and you build 3 or 4 charts exactly like that. put those in your left-hand side, sort them, and then right away your audience can see, okay, if I'm looking at region, here's my top region. If I'm looking at categories, my top category. And it's this profiling that gives you those two clues right away. What kind of data you're dealing with, what's the grain of the data, and what are my candidates for building navigation in your dashboard. All right.